Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final day of Maincast's Winter Brawl. I'm here in Kiev with I'm here in Kiev all alone. I have no friends. No one came with me. I have a killer pigeon. He's pretty far away, chilling in his home, but we're gonna cover all of the matches together. I believe we have OG Seed versus Singularity to come first as our first game of the day, and after that, I believe it's Fly to Moon versus Nemiga. So, a lot of pretty cool games coming our way. Singularity and OG Seed. I can speak with Killer Pigeon. Hey, Killer Pigeon. Hello.
Oh, hello, buddy.
Hello. Can I hear you? Can you hear
Can
me?
you hear me? I can hear you.
Hey,
You're
Pigeon.
incredibly Hey, baby. How's it going?
It's great, man. The life is good, but it's not as good as it would have been if you were around. It's sad. It's sad a little bit, you know.
I mean, you kind of got yourself to blame. You moved further away from where I live, so this is kind of on you, buddy. But you are closer to the action, sitting in the Maincast studio right now.
Yeah, right now on the final day, coming here to join you, and I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, don't you? Like we have OG Seed, man. Like 5 days ago or so, we were casting the same tournament together, and they didn't look so good, but they made it to the final day. What happened?
I mean, they kind of cheat sheeted a little right when they brought in No Tail as a stand-in. That helped out a little bit. That allowed them to bounce back. But they are looking a bit more composed. However, as you can see from their lineup, there is someone missing again. Instead of having a real OG member stand in, this time they grab Hanskin to take the place of Z-Freak, which I'm going to assume is maybe something to do with travel or ping, as of course Z-Freak's been playing from America this whole time.
So that's why he was missing all those puck ultis and phase shifts. That's it, right?
Exactly. Just ping.
I'm kidding. He was owning as well on that puck. Like overall, these guys have been on fire. Yesterday, what happened? They 2-0'd HR, right? Like it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, every single team from that was invited to the playoffs lost 2-0 to all the teams in the group stage. So there are some questions about whether these teams should have been invited in the first place. But yeah, we have got some formidable Dota at least. I feel like we are going to finally get some series because the last few days have felt incredibly stompy, mostly just 2-0s.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult to know who you're going to invite around Christmas and Halloween. What the hell? New Year. Christmas and New Year, right? Yeah, because you can never know which one of these players is gonna get drunk too hard, and then he comes to he doesn't even come to practice. If he even comes, he comes wasted. It's difficult when it comes to the CIS teams, at least. It's difficult to know who you should invite in a tournament around New Year.
All right, you went the alcoholic route. I see you're already settling in with the party life of Ukraine. I would have went for the food coma, right?
Listen.
You've eaten like turkey and all that beef, Pigeon. And you're like, oh, I just can't sit here and play.
Pigeon, what day is it today? It's January 5th. I still haven't stopped celebrating New Year.
You landed and you just landed in a new year. It makes sense.
Ukraine is wild, man. It's a happy place, though. I like it a lot. And Singularity, they're in a happy place as well with their Ancient Apparition and Wisp. You get that hero that counters Wisp for your side, and also you get a hero that's pretty good versus Morphling on your side, right? So Singularity's draft so far looks pretty damn solid. And what do you think about this Morphling? Like, isn't he slow as hell? Doom is fast, Doom is great, you get drums, scorched earth, and you're already, you're speedy in the game, and also you come online fast. But Morphling, slow and slow and slow, just comes online too late.
Yeah, the name of the game right now is carries that can get involved around like the 15-20 minute mark, right? You can't play out as a mid because right now you really just want ganking mids. It feels like Morphling doesn't really have an item build that brings him online quick enough, really, and just gets punished early on by a lot of these hyper-aggressive offlaners.
Yeah, you're just hoping for that pupil's gift or something similar, and that's it. Like, you're just playing the RNG game. But yeah, I definitely agree with you. However, in this kind of a game, he is playing versus a Gyro, and Morphling was considered one of the best carries versus Gyrocopter because you can turn his flak against him, all that jazz is pretty good, but you're playing versus Ancient Apparition that counters you, and you're playing versus Wisps and Gyro, so they come online super fast. That can be very difficult for Morph. Right now, however, Team Singularity has no catch, right? What they severely lack is some stuns, and will they solve that? X is a good way of dealing with that. At least you have that call. You have also another good combo. Actually, you get multiple combos with X. You get call and cold feet from Ancient Apparition. You get X call into relocate. You get X call into Ice Blast. So, not too bad.
Yeah, it kind of staples together the mistakes that, well, not the mistakes, the emptiness of their draft up to that point, right? Like, I'd like to see something now that could maybe get boosted travel on the side of Singularity to round it out, because you've got this Gyro and IO that can be globally present. I always love it when you've got some sort of split pushing hero in the mix, and Axe isn't really a split pushing hero. He wants to be killing, right? It's kind of that Centaur role where after you get your blink, 1 or 2 items, you just want to hunt.
No, that's what's good with these heroes, because you have Relo, you have you have your Ice Blast. You can let Gyro and Wisp just farm on one side of the map, and Axe can be super active on the other, and you can still always relocate with them and help him out. So, I mean, I haven't seen Axe a lot often, like recently, that is, but I think he's still pretty solid in the right circumstance.
Yeah, I think he fell out of favor because it seems that most teams are shifting towards this aura building offlaner, right? Like Brewmaster can do it with Helmet Dominate and the Vlads. Usually, even Legion fragments from the last patch can sort of get into those items. Whereas Axe is, I'm just going to initiate for you. I don't really build auras. You do that yourself.
Yeah, he wants to initiate, he wants to kill, but he brings 0 to no utility. Perhaps sometimes you can get a Crimson Guard from him, right? But that's about it. Bane used to be also a counter to Axe, because what do you want to do as Axe in the laning stage? You want to cut creeps, you don't really want to fight necessarily, so Bane helps out versus Axe because he has his sleep. You use sleep on him, suddenly creeps just go past Axe. However, man, I haven't seen many Bane games since the change. Like, I'm still... he has a passive now, it's not enfeebled anymore, it's... I don't know, it's a different hero. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, it was kind of a weird change as well. It didn't feel like it was an outright buff to the hero, because obviously you still have to pile on the points into it. Before, there was this kind of select use where you would enfeeble a person on the lane for the attack speed debuff, right? So you'd max out enfeeble on the lane, and it actually got value. Now it just feels like you'll never level that first. It's always going to be your Q and... Well, your W definitely brain stab is priority, but maybe your Q as well.
Yeah. And what about Brew here for OGC? Do you think this is going to be offlane Brew? I'm sorry, or will it be... it should be offlane Brew and position 4 Doom, right? That should be the case. We've seen some...
They have interchanging pieces, though. They could do it either way. I think Hanskins ran Brewmaster support before as well.
Yeah, we've seen it a couple of times. We've seen it on 5, on 4. Let's see, what do they need last? OG Seed as their last ban. They need to ban out mid for Team Singularity, and they did the same. They ban out the Magnus versus OG Seed. So we're looking for our last 2 picks as mid heroes, and we get a Kunkka on one side. You know what? Viper hasn't been banned out.
You're right. That's quite surprising considering the heroes in this game as well. Like, Singularity have room for it in their draft as well. I think it works really well with the AA.
The problem is he works well with AA, but there's one hero that deals well with him on the side of OG Seed, and that's Morphling. You turn into Viper, you just use your Nether Toxin on him, and it's a pretty good... Oh, here we go! We have a Meepo, ladies and gentlemen, and that's Excalibur, right? Excalibur Meepo.
Yep.
All right, that's decent, not as good as mine, but it's all right. It's all right. I know. I like his Meepo. I think he broke into the scene playing Meepo and Tinker. That was his jam, right? In this game, Meepo doesn't really have any counters. Kunkka can be difficult to lane against and can be strong later on if he itemizes that way, but he's not truly like a counter to Meepo at all. I think this is a great Meepo game.
I agree. Doom doesn't handle it well either, right? Because you never want to Doom a Meepo, because now that you have that lifesteal built into the hero, you run one away and just have the other keep him healed and up alive. So you never use it there. I don't actually feel like there's a great Doom target other than maybe IO or AA this game.
Yeah, there's no great Doom targets, but we'll see if he'll find... Like, you know what they need to do. somehow they need to be very aggressive before that Meepo and Wisp and Gyro come online. If you manage to crush them so that they have to contract into their jungle on their own, it can get really crowded there, and then they suddenly can't find farm. By the way, guys, we are sponsored by GGBet. So if you want to bet, you can go on that website. You can bet your house, your family. No, actually, don't. Bet responsibly. Bet responsibly. Don't be crazy. Don't owe your money to some oligarch like some guys do.
But I do believe you get 125% on anything you put in right now. So, bet like half your house, maybe. I mean, there's good returns there.
Okay, if you were a betting man, what do you think? Which one of these two teams would win?
Well, I mean, if I'm going to go by the odds that are going to be displayed, OGC probably has like half the return on any bet compared to Singularity. But I do like Singularity's draft a bit more.
All right. Let me rephrase that. If you didn't even see which team is playing which draft, which draft would you vote for?
Well, that's what I was about to hit on. I don't like OG's draft because you've got this Brewmaster that, to be honest, has not been very impressive every time we've seen this patch, and you've got a Morphling that will do nothing for 25 minutes.
But bottom line, I think we have a Meepo in the game, and he's not countered, right? And that's what we're looking at. We're not looking at this Doom, whatever the hell. Like there's a Meepo and he's not countered, and that's scary right there.
No, I agree. There is rotation potential though. Like I think if Doom finds a good creep, you could rotate mid twice before the end of the laning phase, and you're going to get a lot of gold out of that. And Kunkka is the type of hero, right? It's a race to 6. The moment he hits 6, he will try and kill Meepo.
And he can dominate him before that too. He can be really difficult for a Meepo to deal with. One of the ways some players deal with Kunkka on the lane is they go for the passive max. But then when you max the passive, when you massive the packs, you can't farm in the jungle effectively, so it's kind of a double-edged sword, but we'll see. Excalibur definitely very experienced on this hero.
It'll be interesting to see what the supports can do, because I feel like Singularity's supports are more static, whereas when you look on the side of OG, while the Bane might be glued to a lane, I just see this Doom as being like the different factor that could have a big impact in the lane phase.
Yeah, if you find a Wolf, right? Or even the Ogre for a mage. Ogre is also good, but Wolf wins you the game pretty much. The laning stage is done. If you find that Wolf on minute 2, minute 130, whenever you go to the jungle, it just wins you that lane. That lane is done.
That's true, but I've been seeing some experimentation. I've been trying out myself a lot as well in the 4 role. And the Wolf is definitely like the game winner, but there are some backup choices. So the Kobold is really good for running down people. The other one I really like is the Ghost. It's a 25% movement speed applied to all your slows.
No, Ghost is free Skadi. Ghost is ridiculously good too. Like, I definitely agree with you. Like Wolf is number 1, Frost Mage and Ghost for me, they share that second spot. Depending on how aggressive you want to be or not.
Alright, looks like he might just find the Frost Mage. It's not the best grab on a lane against an Axe though, right? Because most of the damage coming out to you is magical and pure.
We actually will have a tri-lane, and maybe that Frost Mage might give them an edge here. As you will have Bane and Morphling hitting you quite hard, plus they have a lot of armor now. There's the sleep on Wisp, yeah. Yes,
the awkward part with that ice armor, nah, he'll just tear away, but the awkward part with this ice armor is it's just not the armor element anymore, right? With the attack slow and the move slow, you can basically screw yourself the moment you attack. I quite like it with the Bane as well, because it's just like Bane has always been considered one of the best trading supports in the game.
Yeah, versus Brainsap, there's not a lot that you can do. What's happening on the mid lane? 10-0 on Kunkka, 7-3 on Meepo, it's fine. And on the bottom, 15-0 on Axe. Joe, he's been left completely uncontested. And even though Xibe, he might get some farm here or as much as Axe. I believe Axe comes online so fast with the item that he builds, and it's difficult. Let's just put it this way. I'd rather have a farmed Axe than a farmed Panda 10 minutes in. That's all. Like, I believe Axe just does a lot more.
He uses that gold well. I feel like Brewmaster's hero right now doesn't use gold well at all. It's about his ultimate, and we've seen it time and time again, right? When you consider the death ball element of this patch and how quickly it gets messy, people just run at you, and when you do the split, instead of running away from you, they're either ignoring your pandas or killing.
And it looks like both of these teams are ignoring their carries on this top lane, as there's no CS on both of them. Alright, now Gyro did get a few as 8, but Morphling 5. Can they get a kill though? Maybe that would get them back into the game.
They're going. They want this. With Scorched Earth, they can chase him down. However, Madara has to retreat quickly. They might just try onto Zitrax here. Thinking the body blocks in. Just keep the damage up though.
This tri lane of OG Seed is just much stronger. You have Bane, you have Doom, you have Morphling. It's much easier to play it. If this was the old day, I think it would be better, but it isn't. Oh, Morphling! He messed up!
Morphling?
Madara, lol! What?
You know what? He was role-playing a dog and he's playing fetch with the Homer missile. That's going to be my takeaway there.
His attempt, basically what he tried to do there, let me defend him for a bit, is to share the rocket barrage damage that Bane was about to take. But he didn't morph strength, and there was a missile on him, so he just dies. That was a Madara moment right there. So, this guy is extremely talented, but he has his, you know, he has his Loda sphere moments and, I don't know, those kind of things.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Hiccups, let's just call them that way.
Yeah, he's definitely had some stand-up performances. I think his PA was the best of this tournament so far. One of the best carry performances we've seen. But, yeah, Morphling is one of those awkward heroes. Like, unless you're spamming it regularly, you can just catch yourself out very easily.
I believe he is a pretty good Morphling player. He plays it often. His eBay gets a lot of damage here. And he's fine. Has that headdress. This is a build that I see a lot from Brewmasters. Actually makes you active earlier, and I like that. I think that he has to be very active, especially when you give him a free lane. He's gonna go for the Dominator, and suddenly you can rotate around with your creep and your pandas.
Hanskin's moving forward, by the way, on top. They're trying to get the runes. They still don't have level 3, which you can see how little damage they do as a result. Instead, Hanskin might just go down this way.
Exo. What a great rotation there.
Kill.
Great kill and awesome rotation by Bane. He just realizes that Kunkka will need just that extra amount of damage that Brain Sap can give you. And he TP's in, he gets the kill on Meepo. Very well done. But Meepo, when you kill him in these moments, it definitely hurts him quite a lot, because this hero, you have 2 Meepos and you farm so fast, but every time someone kills you and delays you for 30 seconds or a minute, you feel it so badly, because you're on a timer as a Meepo. You need to snowball.
Exactly, and you're in a game with Gyrocopter, right? So you already have this issue about you're going to have to split farm. So if you're not off to a good start and you need all that time to recover, what the hell is the Gyro meant to do?
That's where Kunkka also comes into play. If he has even 1 point in X marks the spot, he can set up that gank onto a Meepo. You can't just walk in, poof, and then go into the jungle. Or that happens, like it just did. Bane got a kill. DNZ, my Croatian boy, gets a kill. Creep kill there.
Split came out to Hester Joe. They are chasing him with the level 1 Scorch stuff. Might be enough damage to hold him in place. The first split actually nets a big kill.
Yeah.
And Gyro died in the top lane as well. They're not done though, DNC. He's gonna get away from this. Chessie with a haste still chase and we'll be able to find him. We'll back up the ends, even though he had the bow.
I know, he's the only one that survives there, and it's super easy for them to play that lane. Wisp and Gyro aren't what they used to be. Wisp and Gyro used to be an amazing combo on the lane, but it has been nerfed many patches ago, not even in the last patch. It's been out of the option for a long time, and Bane actually used to be one of the best heroes to play against Wisp +1 combo. You can set up easily versus Wisp, you can also sleep him and turn on the core. Bane is just very difficult to deal with for a Wisp +1.
Madara is being caught sleeping though.
Oh, there you go.
Post rotation, but they're not locking him down. Waveform away, they'll continue the chase. Pexy just trying to soak the damage alongside the Morphling, but it's a little too late.
Is it?
They'll just dive to town and try and finish him off. They should have the puff coming in, and they'll get the final tap.
Yeah, Zitrax gets it in the end. Hester Joe. They're going on him. Hanskin.
This is backfiring quick for Hanskin. He'll stick up, but the dunk comes out. Mistakes were made.
I mean, it's mistakes, but Hester Joe was just spinning like mad. So there's also that. I believe in some other game, perhaps Doom gets a kill there, or at least gets away. Axe was just spinning crazy there. But overall, Morphling dies top. Axe gets a kill bottom. Good turnaround for Singularity in the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to do something rapidly in this game. I just feel like every time I'm seeing Gyro at the moment, I just don't think it's the answer. It feels like it's a residual effect of the last patch. Most of the times we see it, right? Like it was great before, but people haven't found the cookie cutter replacement yet. So I feel like this is definitely going to be Meepo's game to try and shine. I don't feel like it's Gyro that's going to be deciding it for a long time.
If Gyro decides this game, I think it's going to be in OG Seed's favor. Because it will be the Morphling that turns into Gyro and just dominates them.
Whoa, this rotation mid. Everyone's coming in for the party. Chessie, the boat buff is running out soon. First off the spot, he should go down. The dunk comes out, the buff's in, now the split's out. Excalibur needs to retreat. They've already lost their axe. They might lose the Meepo as well. Cyclone throws him up in the air.
They don't have the damage here, do they?
Oh, they got one stun.
Nah.
Nightmare. Maybe with the clap at the end, but it's just too hard on this tower with the extra armor and the IO as well.
Honestly,
they might get you though.
Honestly, I think that was a small mistake by Excalibur. He comes back in though.
Yeah, he's gonna try and turn it around. The Doom tries to slow him down a little bit, but he'll get the easy kill on the Pexy.
He had an opportunity to do this under his tower, and A wouldn't have died. That's why I said I think it's a little bit of a mistake, because he was trying to pull out 3 times in a row. I think he could have realized that he can actually fight. He should have fought there. They could have gotten a kill under the tower earlier, and A would have survived. But, you know, better safe than sorry. He didn't know if maybe Morphling or Kunkka are coming back into the play, so he backed out. It's all right. When with a Meepo this early on in the game, you really want to play the safest possible. You don't want to be in any dangerous positions, because if you die, it hurts you more than regular heroes. You're just higher level. Like, look at Mother. Level 6 Meepo is, what, 9? Right now, 9.5 probably.
It's just about trying to find the value early on, right? Because you know the OG are going to be missing a hero in this Morphling in any early fights. So as a Meepo, while you want to farm up, you want to try and play a bit more aggressive to punish this greedy pick. Outpost will just be traded 1 apiece. Looks like OG are setting up for a push on the bot lane. It'll be interesting to see if Singularity choose to defend this, though. As there is no trade available to them right now.
They can perhaps pressure top, right? But even that is difficult.
The wraparound now. SJO did find a haste. They'll move in on Hanson. The call will come out. First spin straight away. Should be enough to bring down the Doom. The reload ensures that they bring all their heroes to the bot lane. A is the only one left at the top.
They brought so many. They did take down Doom, but and they defend bottom lane. So I guess it is worth it. And Meepo right now goes mid for Chessie.
Might be able to get him. Torrent trying to buy himself some time, but Chessie doesn't have that bow. He already threw it out. Nice sleep, but he's just getting body blocked too hard. They should be able to run him down with the urn still being on him. He will fall. Oh,
4 raid bans on Meepo. All right. Not really out of the ordinary. However, he is going for blink, and it's not something that we see. So, buyback.
Yep, the Knight made a hole in place. The Fiend's grip, and he's hoping to chase this down. Hans can chase through the tree line. They throw out the Ice Blast pretty early, but
he's gonna turn
everything with the kitchen sink thrown on the Meepo. The Torrent looking big. The Hadouken Bull in from the sides. They turn around. They just need to try and get the deny on him and heal him up by hitting into the Satire creep. It looks like the Doom combo is going to be wasted.
Oh, Chessie, no. At least he gets that A. That's something, I guess, but...
It's a consolation prize at that stage.
That's not a prize. That's a poopy prize. Man,
so he bought a prize.
It's just poop. He
bought
back. He bought back for an A. That's not what you want to be doing this early on, especially when he fails to kill the Meepo there afterwards, and they waste the Doom. I mean, you have to understand, he has 4 raid bans, right? He's so tanky, it's difficult to take down, plus the Wisp.
I'm just surprised that they threw out the Doom. That was the biggest part. Like, I know you were in for the buyback at that point, but dooming a Meepo doesn't work. And even with 2 points in Ransack will heal him up.
And Fiend's Grip, remember. They used Fiend's Grip on him, and then they doomed him, and then they buy back the Kunkka. This is, yeah, grim tidings for our boys on OG Seed. Singularity, they smoke up with Meepo, and let's see, first has the Joe bottom lane. Is there a blade?
Yep, Infernal Blade reaches him just in time as he tries to TP out. SJO will go down. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Dara has been found.
Oh,
Wait for the
reload.
way, but the reload in, they're trying to chase on this. The cooldown is slowing down. The Ice Blast is traveling through. That should be enough to seal the deal as they chase on in.
Kunkka
coming in with a boatload, looking on to hit tracks. However, there is a reload out if they want to use it. Instead, they'll poof in with the next control up. Kunkka, Nightmare to try and dodge out the damage, but that just means Pexu might die alongside him. As they'll renew the nets on the chest, you kill him off, and you can already see DNZ now chasing on a Pexu alone.
Look at his. Look at the balls on this dude, man. He's moving into the Bane to block him, and he gets the courier. Yeah, I mean, this game is just terrible right now for OGC. Singularity, they understand that this Meepo has absolutely no counter, and he doesn't even go for the safe build. He didn't go for E-Blade Heart or whatever like that. He went straight for Ravens into Blink, and this makes you
And
active.
he's going for 4 kills. Yep. Hanskin has been found. The Ice Blast will ensure that he cannot get out alive. Oh, they even catch the creep. Bonus gold, yes please.
He's so active with this Blink. It just allows you to do whatever you want to. As long as he doesn't make any big mistakes right now, this game looks like it's already in the bag for Singularity.
Starting to look quite one-sided indeed. I think this is another big issue with like Brew when he doesn't have split, he doesn't do anything, and it's also this Helmet Dominator. We just saw how quickly those creeps die. Is it me or does it feel like the Helmet Dominator actually needs another buff?
Let's not go there though. Remember how much time we had to cry about Dominator before it was nerfed, and let's not buff it instantly right now at least.
Well, I was thinking like maybe reduce the gold that it gives, because it's just the creeps are so easy to kill still.
Yeah, that's true. Well, that's definitely the case at the moment. But what do OGC have to do to come back into this game? It's difficult. I thought that their comeback potential comes from Kunkka, but Kunkka has been stomped. He's the almost lowest net worth core in the game, together with his boys Morphling and Doom.
That's the worrying part. Like, I imagine this game where even the Morphling or the Kunkka would have Jibe's net worth, and you're like, okay, he's maybe close to a relic at this point. He could commit into a Radiance, and it feels good. But instead, you've got this Brewmaster that's limited by the cooldown of his ultimate to actually do anything on the map. You can see how desperately he wants to do summon now.
It's on Madara to somehow get to that late game in which he's able to turn into Morphling and even kill off a Meepo like that, but he's still playing versus Ancient Apparition. I think this might be our first game of the day and the first outdraft of the day.
Quite possibly, unless they get active very soon, but it's just like Jibe, he's too far forward. This is going to backfire on him right now because Excalibur is here. Jump in, the callers a miss, and the haste will get him out just in time before the net connects.
Yeah, not the Centaur though, so they still get the 200 gold, but yeah, it's good that he at least managed to get out. And that's only because of that haste, obviously.
Nice blast. Doesn't clip Madara, so they won't be able to pursue that. They should have got a glimpse of Hanskin though. They're pinging it out. They actually want to fight around Doom's location here, try and make a move onto the Io Jara combo maybe, but they're backed up by the entire team.
Yeah, I guess DNZ.
He's used his Ice Blast, he's just a ward at this point.
Exactly, he's like, alright boys, I don't have my ult, I'm just a creep, and my ult is up in 20 seconds, so I'm gonna go smoke a cig or something, chill out a little bit. I'll be back in 20.
Just catching up with his boys in the OG side. Like, hey, how are you doing? Oh, I see. You got violent real quick. Well, I know all your heroes are here, so now I'll just send my cores elsewhere.
It's the joke.
Oh, Axis extremely low. He will go down. Mass rotation out of OGC to confirm that kill.
All right, they are making some pretty bad movements on the side of Singularity, and OGC they're capitalizing on them. Hestejo has died a couple of times. He is very aggressive the way he plays that tree. He forces these rotations on him. He dies sometimes, that's true, but like this gives a lot of value to his teammates. They can stay back in the jungle farm without worrying that they're going to be ganked. But sometimes in situations such as this one, you lose your offlaner and you lose your tier 1, even though you could have fought them. You're perfectly capable of fighting at the moment, so...
Exactly. I was going to say, that's the kind of concern, right? It's like you wouldn't expect to find him in the mid lane. Usually you see those kind of aggressive offlaners playing in the outer lanes on the enemy side of the map, so they don't get an objective if they do get the kill. Now he wants some vengeance. Moving around now, has got the Blink Dagger. Chessie is not shown just yet, and it looks like Chessie will be committing into that Radiance.
They are circling around this tier 1. Can they get it down though? OGC is ready to fight this.
Pexu should know there's a ward now. Or did he? No, they didn't even have a ward. Did he walk? It didn't look like they should have vision on that.
They clipped him with the vision from creeps, I guess. And that's it.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna Nightmare up Hester to make sure they don't have any initiation. Jive still has that split. It's now level 2. Desperately wants to use it. Tarni is out again. This time, it's not okay to die so quickly. The BKB activated by Jarakov. He gets hit up by the Doom, though. And now DNZ fine on the side, but Dara has to back away because he gets hit by the Ice Blast. Split's going to come out, and Jarakopter.
Meepo, that's a bad move.
He'll be able to reload him out. Meepo, Torrent on a free. That's too deep. He's in a little bit of trouble. He needs to get out, and he can't get out quick enough because they'll just burn through him with the urn. I was trying to keep him alive and get him out quickly. The cooldown's slowing down.
He's keeping him alive. No, Durillo!
He reloads it next to him. No! This is not how you get him out safely. Jive waiting with a clap when he comes down. He's got a treat for him. On the side, the cool will come out. They'll find a kill to Peksu, but they kill their own Meepo, essentially.
Oh, Wiz, what did you do, my friend? That's not the play.
I don't think he even knows what he done there. Looks like Doom is going to get nared up, but Citrax might be baiting himself in a little bit here. Cool come out of the 2, but they actually hit up Hestage over the stun. Ice Blast for as well.
Great call.
Comes out. Control with Dar. He needs to actually retreat quickly. We'll be able to get away in time. The stun out with the axe. He will die in the face of the damage coming out from Chibe, and Chibe will give his life in return.
Man.
Bloodbath is the word
Bloodbath,
here.
yeah. Is this CIS that I'm watching? What's happening? Well, it is a key tournament that's happening, so.
Citrax, what's happening here? Nightmare's coming out into him. Stomp follow up as well with the Infernal Blade. I'm trying to keep him alive, but the stun lasts too long, and he snatches the regen rune away. The BKB, and he'll still die. I'm trying to escape, but Hanska still has the Scorched Earth. He'll go on the hunt.
That's so unfortunate. That's so unfortunate. That last second BKB there, I believe they were talking amongst themselves, and BKB was good, but Mech was on 1 second cooldown, so he was so close to surviving there. Does die in the end. And also Excalibur, when you get a blink like this, you have to be careful because there's a time window in which you're basically just a beast, running across the map, killing everything that you find. But because you're doing that, 2 things are happening. You're not farming as much, which means that you aren't that tanky beast after those 5 minutes. And Doom?
Well, it looks like he's getting active again.
Yep. And you have to be careful. Yeah, he has Eagle Song now. You just have to be careful to not overdo it, because things like that mid-fight can happen. You overdo it, you are too aggressive, you constantly fight, and then it backfires, and you lose all the advantage that you got.
Exactly. It's you have to think of it as like an alchemist, right? The same situation. I built this network, but it's also, unlike an alch, I build extreme amounts of XP. So if I have Meepo go down once or twice, I've accelerated the mid-game of the enemy team.
Exactly, and you can't buy a BKB on Meepo.
But they were desperate trying to get Roche. Ice Blast does come out, though. They have found Peksu. They commit a lot just for him, though. The boat coming through. We'll start on the Meepos. The BKB with Citrax has already been using the cooldown to try and turn them away from Nara. He's going in. Look at this.
Oh, the flak.
He might be able to get it in the flat cannon, shooting around. He'll bring him down. Double kill already as the buyback does come out from the AA. But now on the back line, Hestijo just trying to abort and get out as quickly as he can, but Hanskin is quick on top of him. In the meantime, Citrax and 9 do go down to Chessie. And it looks like that may be an easy Roche secured for OG Seed instead.
Remember what I said like 5 minutes ago, that I don't see the way Singularity lose this game. This is the way. You lose a fight around Roche Pit, they take that Aegis away from Meepo, and suddenly the Meepo isn't nearly as relevant as he used to be, and the Morphling just straight up counters the Gyro. Well, doesn't counter Gyro per se, but counters his team when he turns into Gyro and uses that flag, as we just saw next to that pit. OG Seed, man, there's something in these boys. There's a reason why No-Tail picked them up. There's a reason they've been picked up by OG to be coached.
Yeah, definitely a lot of potential in the team. And the third part for me in this game, right, is you look across at Hanskin. This is pre-Spirit Vessel. That kind of fight should happen off the back of them picking up the Spirit Vessel. But Singularity already getting punished this hard, and while we were worried before about Morphling and his presence, he's reached that point now, right? He's got an Aegis in his hands, he's got the Manto online, he's heading towards the E-Blade next. Yeah. And he has the Grove Bow to just amp up that damage further.
Situations such as that one around the pit usually don't happen if you don't go for Blink. But once you go for Blink, you make that risk. Suddenly you're not tanky enough to make these fights unless you get pickoffs. And they thought that kill on Doom will allow them to go into the pit. They went to the pit, but Doom respawns fast enough, joins the fight. Bane also buybacks, I believe, and suddenly the Meepo dies trying to fight the Pandas. They have to approach these team fights differently on the side of Singularity.
Well, they're approaching Doom right now. They'll jump him and kill him off.
Yeah.
Pandora goes, that's not a safe error. Just waveform away, pretend no one was there in the first place.
Yeah, but you see, this is an overkill as well. You have Wisp, you have Gyro, you have pretty much all of your team in the Radiant jungle. And now Gyro outpushes bottom and moves back into farming top. What's Meepo doing? He's chilling in the jungle, walking near empty camps. He can't even farm properly, so... like, remember what we were talking about. There's not going to be enough space in this Radiant jungle if things go bad for Singularity.
No, I agree. You can tell they're acting a bit scared, right? Like, they're overcommitting resources to ensure a kill, but it's just immediately Doom 4. And to be honest, he'll catch up regardless. Now that he's got 15, he has the Devour bonus gold talent. He's just going to get 350 bonus gold every time he eats a creep.
Yeah, and Jesse has that Radiance to work with. BKB coming up shortly. No, they're hitting their timings. They're hitting their timings on the side of OG Seed, and Meepo should be in lead right now. Like, you are looking to close the game between 25 to 30, 35 minute mark, perhaps, as a Meepo. They still do have Wisp and Gyro, so perhaps these two are going to be able to do a lot once Gyro gets super farmed. But your Gyro that's playing with the Wisp is behind Morphling in farm. That should not happen. There's no way that that should be happening. However, A plus Axe, suddenly Morphling is dead. Maybe they can do it down here.
Axe is weighing.
A, however, isn't sending that ult yet.
No, a little bit hesitant. Pex, he's going to find him. Has to show will blink away.
Oh, but is that right?
Immediately.
He's lucky that Pexu didn't have a ward to plant on that uphill. If he did, maybe he would even die there. Oh, the Doom.
They're going top. The Doom does come out and it's hit tracks. They'll reload him out. And will be the return kill. There's no way in hell they're going to actually try and fight this.
However, Panda, he's very deep.
He's the split. Hestajo, he's the cool already. So Jibe will just try and escape. He needs to be quicker though, because Excalibur's already moved across. Ein will die, yes, but Jibe is the bigger kill. There's no way that he can control this many Meepos. Doom is nearby. I don't think they'll fight this though. Just get drunk and try and move away. Ice Blast will connect with his face. Hanskin will just yoink a few bounty runes and say, see you later, bud.
Yeah, I love how Hanskin just moves there, takes the bounty, and he's like, yeah, I'm not helping you. There's no way. This is definitely a good kill for Singularity to take down Jibe, but that was just his mistake. He was walking very, very deep in that Radiant jungle when everyone else went back to deal with Gyro and Wisp. They did force out the Doom, so there are definitely ways that Singularity can take these teamfights if they play around, they relocate the BKB on Gyro. If you force out that Doom, then you reload the Gyro back, you kite him, you move back in.
And also Doom will soon have his BKB, another target that can't be locked down. I think you need something big in terms of damage on Gyro. Like, the Axe is always good, but the Axe is usually seen as a farming mechanism, not as, I've got a lot more damage in a fight now. That's why the IO Gyro combo used to be so good, right? Is that you got the Aghanims.
Oh yeah, exactly. You would get that tags and then you could buy whatever you wanted on Gyro. Later on, when Wisp got nerfed a little bit, if you remember, they moved Aghanims from level 15 to level 20. Gyrocopters started buying Aghanims on their own. We would even see first pick, first item Aghanims. And it's still fine, it's still alright. Wisp and Gyro still does work, but in this particular game they could have been farming a little bit more instead of relocating for these kills that were already in their hands 100%.
Yeah, because every time you do that, you're forfeiting part of the map, and OG sees you've relocated in, you've got 4 or 5 heroes there, they're like, okay, we can just farm more aggressively in the other parts of the map, and all of a sudden, the net worth gain is in favor of OG Seed, even though you as Singularity are the ones that got the kill. And now they're looking for kills. OG Seed is smoked up.
I mean, man, this Madara Morphling, he's on 12k net worth, below Kunkka, but he's a lot scarier. And it is a Madara Morph. I believe if anyone can carry this game on Morph, it's him.
He can't blink away. They stop him. The rain is ticked onto him. He'll use the shrine. He's hoping for reinforcements, but it's not going to come.
Oh,
He goes out to try and protect Excalibur. There's Beamscript. They jump in. They'll be able to find Meepo as well. 2 already dead. Buybacks will come out for both of them as it is at the shrine, but Dara needs to retreat quicker than this, though. He's still up by the Ice Blast. He's going to go down. The BKBs have been activated. The Doom is out into Ein. It will go down, but they're chasing on the other side, find a bigger target. Hex will be brought to the ground, and Hanskin's BKBs run out soon, so he will retreat. The E-Blade's going to be there. And nets as well. Looks like he might go down. Stomp is safe at the moment to try and hit up a few, but there's just too much lockdown. It's a retreat. Be happy that you got 2 big buybacks at Singularity.
What about Roche? If it respawns really fast, if it has a fast respawn timer, this could be huge for them. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be the case. But
I mean, they know it as well, right? Because it can't respawn for another minute at least. So they commit those buybacks, and it feels a little bit desperate, right? Like they get good kills, but now you've got no buyback on the Meepo, and if he dies, he's going to be nap time for a long time. You have to try and get the most you can out of this small window, and it looks like they will be able to take some cars at least.
Chessie, if they manage to get him, this would be a huge kill. Yeah.
Oh, they're going to turn around on Excalibur though. They're all right. If you want to fight, we will fight. Io will tether across, Mech can heal up as well and keep him healthy. Kunkka now in a lot of trouble. Has got the BKB for 2 more seconds. We'll activate it now. Ein gets the right click to finish him off.
Yeah, we have a lot of these BKBs used in the last second that don't really help the players that they use them, but yeah, he tried to survive. He has that Radiance to work with. He's really tanky on Kunkka. I can't blame him for using that BKB in the end. But as you said before, I think strategically it's very important that they force these buybacks, because next Roche fight or the fight prior to Roche fight will be huge for OGC. If they manage to kill the Meepo or Axe even, suddenly these heroes have no buybacks and Roche should be free game for you.
It is a long spawn though. 2 minutes until Roche will respawn. G-Bay on the bot lane. Excalibur is going to arrive. He missed the initial net though, so he doesn't feel secure in this. The cooldown is coming in though. They rotate enough heroes to ensure G-Bay goes down, and no split for 10 seconds means no escape.
Yeah, we see offlaners from both of these teams making some interesting movements here and there.
Peculiar is another choice of word that works. Pexu, wondering why he's in this area of the map, will be punished. They rotate around the sentry, they see everything they need to.
Yeah, you can't glimmer cape yourself out of Earthbind anymore. It just reveals you. Even if you do manage to pop that glimmer cape off, if he Earthbinds anywhere around, he's gonna catch you. And when
Oh, they did also try to get an outpost, by the way, but Hansen got interrupted, so there's no XP for OG.
This might be that morph. He's hit.
Well, nice blast. Hansen's trying to dodge out, the reloading as well, and he has no escape. Dead for 80 seconds.
Ancient Apparition right there, working its magic, and the courier. Just a random courier comes to Zitrax. Here you go, sir. Take it.
What does Madara keep doing with these like, it happened top as well. He died and the courier kept coming out.
He's sacrificing them to the blood god, you know.
Oh, okay. Courier skulls for the skull front. I respect it. Estijo has an invis rune. He's on the hunt. They don't have the reload for 40 seconds, so he might bait himself here. But they're waiting for Roche. They can see that it's on the longer side. They will have a small window of opportunity before Morphling is up. OGC should be aware of this.
What do you do on Morphling? That's the question now. Madara, he needs to find a way to stay alive. He can definitely win teamfights. He already proved that to us around that Roche pit right before. And he's pretty farmed, but Gyro is catching up. And Morphling, he needs that one item that's going to allow him to survive through Ace Blast. But what is it? Is it a BKB? Like, you can go for BKB, but it isn't a game-winning item. That's the problem.
Estijo, the catch comes out, the call on it to him as well. The Nightmare to try and block out the damage. The BKB's already been used. They'll come out of the pit to fight him as Meepo continues to Roche here. The Fiendsker is there, and Axe is hit up with the Doom as well, so he's definitely dead. And Ein is on half HP already. They might get Roche, but what's going to be the price? They know Axe can't get involved anymore, so Aya's going to go down. Zitrax activates the BKB.
He didn't take Aegis. He didn't take Aegis.
He's trying to get away. No, he didn't take the Aegis. He's just sitting there the whole while. Zitrax will just pick it up in the end. But that wasn't the person he wanted it on. Meepo's going to go down. He has no buyback now, and Gyro has no escape because he already used the BKB. What the hell?
Did he take cheese? I believe he took cheese on Meepo. He messed up.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
Cheese dropped there. Run, DNZ. Run.
Oh, DNZ's gone. Spider Legs won't change that, and they will just barrel down mid. That is 90 seconds without your Meepo.
That, I mean, this could be game right here. 90 seconds without him. There's a buyback on A and Gyro. Perhaps they can use that to defend, but they can also use GG to call the game right now, as Roche is game losing. Not taking that Aegis there, I don't think it would have mattered too much. It just took them way too much time to take down
No,
Roche.
they needed to commit to a fight, right? Like, they couldn't finish the roast at that moment. But they're so scared because they have no buyback on Meepo that it doesn't feel like a risk you can take. And as a result, you might just lose the game here. The buybacks are just being ignored completely as they go for the tier 4s. Morphling hits hard enough. You need to hit an Ice Blast to deter him right now. Gyro,
That's it.
but he has to use BKB.
Game.
It's done. Game 1 going the way of OGC. Despite a good start from Singularity, one slip-off, maybe two, I'd say, around the roast bit, cost them the entire game.
That's usually what it happens with. That's usually how it goes with Meepo, right? If you mess up that one Roche fight, that one crucial first Roche fight, if you don't take that Aegis, the game is done. We said that he needs to end the game around 25 to 30 minute mark. He didn't. It was close though. I have to say they were holding themselves in this game. They were trying their best. Both of these sides. We thought that OGC were being crushed at one point, and they were. But it's all about these items that you go for on Meepo. If you go for that blink, you need to completely stomp them for 5 minutes, take Roche, and go back to farming. They didn't do that. They continued fighting. They continued trying to get these pick-offs, and if you remember, he dies around the tier 1, then he goes into the pit. They try to take down Roche, they fail, and suddenly the game is so much harder. But man, OGC, they just played out of their mind as well. They came back with nothing. They had no resources after the laning stage, but they still managed to take this game.
I'm just looking back now. As far as I can tell, like with that Aegis situation, either Meepo had just queued to blink away and then he pinged it, or they were trying to desperately leave the gyro. But I feel like, while that isn't definitive of the game, like the mistakes came earlier. I think you're right. It was that brawl that they forced more or less at OGC's towers that weren't really benefiting Singularity.
Yeah, whatever happened, I believe they have to just sit back, think about this game, maybe pick Meepo again, but play him a bit differently. I think Excalibur is super capable of winning with a Meepo. He just needs the right game, and this looked like one. But in any case, guys, we're gonna take a small break, and me and my boy Killer Pigeon are back in a minute.